right, Rio here, and it is your week 1 attendance post. So each week, and I generally try to post this the Friday before the week we're coming into. So in this case, it's the Saturday before the start of the semester. So more than anything, I just want you to know this is that I post a weekly video to focus on the content or other things I want to tell you about. There's various things I'll put into these weekly attendance posts. And in our Canvas course, which I'll turn to in a minute, it actually does show it's 1 point. But I want you to know that point is not actually calculated into your grade. The reason I do that is that it shows me and you how many weeks you haven't done attendance. And it gives me a way to report to the campus your attendance. How often are you checking in? So during this week that I make it available, you only have to do it once. But if you don't do it by Friday at noon of that week, right, then I actually make it unavailable for you to hit reply because that's when my attendance post is available. And after that, you can still watch the video. There may be a need for you to watch it based on what content we're coming into or anything that, like if you ask me a question, I might say, you know what, I covered that in this attendance post. Go check it out. So even though you can still see it in Canvas after the Friday at noon, I just want you to know you can't reply to it. So, the better, probably the best practice is to do it the first thing when you see it posted at the beginning of the week. And also, I generally will be talking about the content in that week or anything I need to give you a heads up about. Because the great thing about a course like this is that there are some students that are going to be working ahead, and if they find something that I want to highlight to hopefully have you not hit that technical issue or whatever it may be, right? That's the reason I'm saying watching it earlier is good. Okay, so I do it each week. It's available until Friday at noon. You can watch it after that, but you can't reply. It's not counted towards your grade, but it is part of the reporting requirement I have for the campus. The last thing I'll say is I actually take this and also how well you're consuming the content together when I get concerned that you're not part of the class, and are you going to drop? Do I drop you? That's the things that I look at when I evaluate and make those kinds of decisions. So just know it is an important part of the class. So let me go ahead and turn to the course and we'll just take a look. So if you have been in here before the start of the semester and watched the welcome video, great, good start. Today I've added another video for class chat. And so I had asked in this video at about 3 or 4 weeks ago about what your input was, but just know that decision has now been made, and there's a lot that went into that, but I ended up going with the same product I've used before, at least for this first 9 weeks of the semester. So here will be the attendance post that we're talking about now, and that you have your first item is due Thursday night. Do know that working ahead is a great idea. You have actually 3 things due that first. So this is a very common thing. There's 3 items due the due date, which in this case is the first due date, but typically each week. And this is a little bit of a repeat of what I'm covering here, but each week you'll have 2 due dates a week, and each due date has 3 items. Also, some items do require a reply. So if you've done the main post but not the replies, just know I don't pre-grade. Now, what I mean by that is I actually grade each morning. So if you have submitted work, when I see it, I grade it. Otherwise, if it's done overnight, I will grade it the next morning. But if you haven't done all of the required replies, I don't. So if you want to have that stuff pre-graded, which I highly recommend, because then if you've missed something, you can either add that or fix something in your post. Okay? So I think that's really all I wanted to say. Here's my recommended start. If you haven't watch the welcome video, watch the class chat and join that. check this video out, this short attendance video, and then get started on that first week's work, because getting a good start is really important. Okay, I'm glad you're here. And I will be posting my office hours are listed in the course syllabus, but I'll probably be talking about those next week with a little more detail on my locations, because I'm actually at 2 different locations this year. Right now, I'm actually in my home. That's a very common place I do video, but I'm on campus on Monday and Wednesday, but I'm down at Bitwise on Tuesday and Thursday. And that is another location you can come find me. And my hours are posted in the course syllabus, but I will give you a little more detail about that next week, because I'm actually going to record a video down there this week. That's why I'm not doing it a lot this week. Anyway, we're glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I welcome you into the course, and it's time to get busy. Have a good one.